Mum had been quite unwell and I was living in Malvern and we were really keen to get her to move over. The whole process for her had been really scary.
I had a phone call from Jesse and he said he might have the right property. The following day my daughter and I did go and it turned out to be exactly what we wanted.
For Jesse to have found Mum an apartment that ticked every single box, and we've probably been looking for 2 years. But Jesse went out of his way. He helped Mum negotiate a deal which was $50,000 under the asking price.
The day after that we signed the papers, which left me having to sell my property. We had a 5-week campaign, which was a bit unusual, but it worked very well.
2 days before the auction, he actually gave us a report, which I've never had before, which detailed every single potential buyer. We got a list of numbers of all the people who had been through, just information I've never actually received before when selling a property.
Rang me on a daily basis and kept me informed of who was coming, who had been there, what the responses were, both good and bad.
And one of the other things that really impressed us with Jesse was that he was happy to take people through as many times as they wanted to go through. So I know there were a couple of people that were really, really keen to get the property. I'm not sure whether they ended up getting it. We were quite nervous, as most people are when they have an auction.
It went for a very, very good price. And I have to say, I was thrilled.
Auction just kept going. We got $150,000 over reserve. Everyone was clapping outside. We were absolutely ecstatic.
No, Jesse's such an easy person to talk to. I didn't have any problems at all discussing, certain aspects of the property, good or bad. He made it very simple.
Jesse's incredibly caring, very empathetic. He was just so good at dealing with my mum, particularly at times when she wasn't actually available because she was quite unwell.
He actually picked me up and drove me to a few places, which was fantastic.
Nothing was too much trouble. He came over one night and watered the plants because Mum couldn't get here to water the plants. I have actually worked in real estate for about 10 years and I've sold quite a few properties, and I can honestly say I've used other agents and I was so impressed with Jesse. I'd have no hesitation whatsoever in recommending him.
The whole time I had a daily phone call with him. I almost miss the phone calls now. He was excellent. I can't rave about him enough.